Welcome to the deep dive. So we're looking at a system today that lets a single person generate, get this, over $19,000 from just one design.
Right.
And they're doing this without holding any inventory, without hiring designers, and critically, without ever opening something complex like Photoshop.
Yeah, and that number isn't some kind of fluke. It's a consequence of what's being called the silhouette loophole. It's, a process that's built for scale, not luck.
Our listeners asked us to dig into the fastest way to build a profitable online business right now. And, well, our source material points directly to AI-powered print-on-demand, POD for short.
We're really going to examine the two core tools that make this whole thing possible. First, you've got Google's newest image engine, which people are kind of nicknaming Nano Banana AI.
Okay.
And then on the other side, you have the fulfillment giant, Printify.
So our mission for this deep dive is to show you, step by step, how to go from being a regular entrepreneur to becoming a visual arbitrager.
That means using something called the pivot rule to create these high-margin products, and fast, like in under 30 minutes.
Let's unpack that. So traditionally, we're always told that for merchandise, you have to be original. You need this, complex, one-of-a-kind art.
Right.
But the data actually shows something surprising. Beginners fail because they're too creative. They're just guessing what might sell.
That's the whole counterintuitive starting point for this strategy.
Yeah.
The top sellers, they completely avoid the guesswork. They find visual formulas that are already proven winners.
They find designs that are already selling thousands of units.
Exactly. And then they just swap the niche.
So the goal isn't to be Picasso. It's more like being a brilliant engineer who can reverse engineer a successful machine.
Precisely. We need to focus on what the source material calls a painkiller design.
A painkiller design.
Yeah, a simple example is a dog silhouette, but it's filled with these elegant floral patterns. It's so successful because it targets a very specific emotional need. It's a gift for a dog lover that shows off their specific breed in a really stylish way. That solves a problem. That's the painkiller.
Okay, but I hear copy and I get a little nervous. How do we draw the line between using a proven formula and, well, just ripping someone off?
And that's where the pivot rule is so critical. It's your legal and ethical firewall. You never, ever copy the exact subject. You just leverage the proven visual formula.
So if a floral golden retriever design is selling like crazy...
You don't make a floral husky. You pivot the entire niche. You make a floral Maine Coon cat, for example. You're using the commercial validation of the style, not the specific image.
So what does the $12 billion POD industry really signal for someone just starting out?
It signals proven demand, and I think more importantly, financial safety. You only pay for the product after the customer has already paid you.
Let's talk about the engine here, Nano Banana AI. It's Google's newest thing, powered by Gemini. How is this different from, the other AI tools we've all been playing with?
The key word is control. Older tools, like Midjourney, they often had what you'd call prompt drift. You'd try to refine an image, and it would just lose the style you liked. Nano Banana has what they call advanced visual reasoning. You could upload a reference image, say that successful floral dog, and tell it, in plain English, keep this exact style, but swap the golden retriever for an elephant.
I still wrestle with prompt drift myself, I've spent 20 frustrating minutes trying to hold on to a specific look, and then the AI just drifts into something else entirely.
We all have.
So that level of consistency is everything when you're trying to build a whole portfolio based on one repeatable formula.
And that consistency is tied directly to the technical output. This is so important. The AI generates images at a true 4K resolution, hitting that required 300 DPI.
Why is 300 DPI the absolute non-negotiable standard here?
Because printing is unforgiving. A standard 72 DPI web image, it just looks blurry and cheap when it's printed on a hoodie. You need 300 DPI for sharp lines, clean colors, a professional product.
Right.
That quality is what protects you from bad reviews. If your product looks cheap, your whole business just collapses.
And the sources confirm the commercial rights are clean on this.
Yeah, it's free through Google AI Studio, and you own the full commercial rights to whatever you generate.
So that technical quality is non-negotiable.
It absolutely is, because it anchors your premium price point.
Okay, let's anchor that to some real math. I want to see the economics behind one of these high-margin products, like a custom hoodie.
Sure. So if we break down a single sale, a customer might pay, say, $59.99 for a nice custom hoodie.
Okay.
Printify's cost for the garment, the printing, the shipping. It all averages out to about $40.26. That leaves you with a net profit per sale of about $19.73.
1973. I mean, that doesn't immediately scream six-figure business.
And that's the thinking mistake everyone makes. You're judging the business by one sale, not by its compounding performance. That one $19,000 golden retriever design,
Yeah.
that wasn't one huge sale. It was about 963 separate people buying it at that $19 margin.
So we need to stop thinking about winning the lottery and start thinking about building a durable portfolio.
Exactly. This is portfolio management. If you launch just 5 successful designs and each one sells a really modest 50 units a month, you're generating nearly $5,000 in profit every month.
So this reveals the mistake of judging a business by one transaction.
Right. It's about compounding performance over time. That's what turns a small profit into a sustainable business.
Okay, so let's move to execution. This starts with what the source calls the detective phase, market research.
Rule number 1 is find proof of demand.
Yeah.
You can just browse empty and look for that little bestseller badge on simple, clean designs. Or you can use professional tools like Listing View to see exactly what's making real money.
You're looking for simplicity that converts.
Yeah.
And once you find that winner, let's stick with our floral silhouette style. We apply the pivot rule. We change the niche. So from a popular dog to maybe a rarer breed or another animal entirely.
This is the most important step for ethics and for longevity. You keep the successful visual formula, the style, the colors, the clean lines, but you generate a brand new subject. You're moving from imitation to successful adaptation.
And we bring this new idea into Nano Banana using the reference prompting method. You upload a screenshot of the winning style. What are the 3 must-haves for that prompt?
First, tell it what to change the subject. Second, what to keep the style, the elegance. And third, the non-negotiable technical specs.
1-to-1 aspect ratio, white background, 300 DPI.
If you miss those specs, you're just wasting your time.
And this is where it gets really powerful, the iteration. If the first image isn't quite right, you don't start over.
No, you use the AI's memory. You just give it short, simple follow-up commands. Make it more realistic and elegant. Or increase the complexity of the flowers. You're refining it in seconds.
So if a design is successful, what's the quickest way to multiply its value?
Generating multiple niche variations from that one successful concept. A horse, a wolf, different cat breeds. You just keep expanding. Now for fulfillment, we're talking about Printify. The platform itself is free. You connect it to your store, and they only charge you for production after you've made a sale. So there is zero upfront risk.
And one of the biggest mistakes beginners make is starting with t-shirts. They sell, sure, but the margins are thin. The advice here is really clear. Focus on hoodies first.
Hoodies sell for a premium, $50, $60, $70. That gives you a profit of $25 to $45 per sale. That's often double what you get from a t-shirt.
And people keep hoodies longer, so it builds more customer loyalty.
Exactly. It's a better long-term product.
We also have to talk about choice. You'd think offering 20 colors is a good thing, but it can actually kill your sales. What's the simple color strategy here?
You stick to the 3 kings, black, navy, and ash gray. The data shows these 3 make up almost 80% of all online clothing sales.
So they're safe. They're familiar.
Right. Too many choices leads to analysis paralysis, and the customer just clicks away. Keep it simple.
And Printify even has a built-in AI for writing your titles and descriptions.
Yeah, and you should treat that draft as about 90% done. Just give it a quick review, maybe add one unique detail, and then just leave it. Over-editing can actually hurt its searchability.
So why are only 3 specific colors recommended for high conversion?
They prevent choice paralysis. For 80% of buyers, those colors feel safe and versatile. Okay, now for the secret weapon. The thing that separates the pros from the hobbyists. AI lifestyle imagery.
Right, because the flat mock-ups that Printify gives you, they just look kind of fake, lifeless.
We have to create aspiration,
Yeah.
a vibe. So we go back to Nano Banana, but we're not generating the art this time. We're generating the whole scene.
You're turning that flat image into a moment the customer actually wants to be in.
Exactly. You're creating context. So a first prompt might be a photorealistic scene of the hoodie with your cat design, folded on a bed in a cozy, sunlit bedroom with a real cat sitting nearby.
And then you create a model image, something like a photorealistic image of a young woman wearing the black hoodie, sitting by a window, petting an orange cat with warm, natural light.
That emotional texture, that's what triggers the buy button. People need to see the fit Imagine the feel and visualize owning it. You're selling an aspirational moment.
Whoa. I mean, just imagine the scalability of that. You can create professional, custom photo shoots with models, with specific lighting for hundreds of products a week for free.
That kind of quality control and volume was just impossible 6 months ago. It's incredible.
So what's the primary function these AI lifestyle images are serving?
They're creating an emotional connection. They let customers actually visualize themselves owning and enjoying the product.
Okay, before you launch, there's one step you absolutely cannot skip: ordering a physical sample.
Your reputation is everything. You have to verify the print quality, the color accuracy, the feel of the material yourself.
Because if the print is off-center or the color is muted,
Yeah.
you need to know that before a customer leaves a one-star review.
Right. And you can use Printify's pop-up store feature for this initial testing phase if you haven't set up your main sales channel yet.
And once you see that you have a winner, the focus shifts completely. Scaling isn't about new creativity. It's about controlled repetition.
We use three main strategies here.
Okay.
First is niche expansion. Your floral cat works, so you apply that same formula to horses or birds.
Okay.
Second, product diversification. Put that same winning cat design on mugs, on tote bags, on tumblers. And third, seasonal variations.
So you'd change the spring flowers to autumn leaves?
Or add a little winter snow effect.
Yeah.
You're refreshing a proven winner.
So if we step back and look at this whole system, what does it really boil down to?
It's an arbitrage of effort. This opportunity only exists because most people are still paying designers or trying to learn complex software. With Nano Banana, you're doing a high-value task professional design with almost zero labor and zero friction.
And the source material gives a clear warning here. This is a time-limited cheat code. This level of ease isn't going to stay a secret forever. The window is probably closing in the next 12 months.
The choice is simple, really. You can watch other people post their income screenshots, or you can spend $0 today to set up your own accounts and launch your first few designs.
We'd encourage you to think about what proven visual formula you could apply to an underserved niche using the power of this new AI technology starting today.